It's Brandon versus Rob in the Great Goose Challenge, next on the Journal. From the north, south, east, and west, from the woodland and plains and waterways, come challenges and thrills and excitement for every member of the wilderness family. These are our stories, our adventures from the wild places, both near and far. All of our hits and misses, the memories, our time spent living the wild life. Join us. Come past the streetlights. Step into the real world. The world of the Wilderness Journal. The Journal is underwritten by
your Cadillac area Kubota dealer, the Ina Store, with a full line of Kubota tractors, including the L2501 Compact and the Kubota RTV X850 Utility Series. The Ina Store in beautiful downtown Ina, Michigan. And by Mads Outdoor Products, a full-line Avalon dealer. Mads also features Featherlight trailers, livestock stalls and chutes, as well as boat, dock, and lift packages. Mads Outdoor Products, in the center of it all, Harrison and Cadillac, Michigan. And by
with over a century of experience in the Indiana and Michigan area, Reith Riley is a full-service asphalt paving company handling commercial, industrial, and privately owned paving projects of all sizes. To learn more about Reith Riley,
and by J&J Smoked Meats, makers of ready-to-go, high-protein, low-sugar snacks. At home, or the game, anywhere, and everywhere. J&J Smoked Meat Snacks.
And by viewers like you. Thank you. Hi, friends, and welcome. On today's adventure, we're headed out after waterfowl, and by waterfowl, I mean primarily Canadian geese. And by we, I should tell you, I mean I'm going over to join my good friend Mike the Goose Guy Smith and his whole crew, and joining us on the first day of this 2-day trip is Brandon Juries, my friend and goose hunter from way back. Now the second day, Rob Cruzan, my son-in-law, is going to go out with the same group of guys, and it didn't take long for the smack talking and the comparison to start up. So I decided, you know what? We'll take them one at a time, and then we'll let the numbers do the talking. Hey, I'm your host, Kyle Randall. This is my Wilderness Journal, and we're going out on the Rob v. Brandon Goose Challenge right now. We met at Greg Calhoun's house long before daylight. And by first light, we had already got most of the setup done, although the guys did decide to move a few things. We were hoping to see some ducks, but so far, the only birds that had come over were 3 sandhills. And while we sat there watching them, then the duck showed up.
Those ones might have been, those were pretty close.
And even though we didn't get any ducks that morning, Mike said, that's all right, we're going to change the setup again just a little bit. Despite the fog and the clouds, Mike assured me now it was time to hunt geese. There was a small flock out to the southeast, and for a minute I totally lost them. I could hear them, and then they came flying right back over our head. And I thought right then, hunting in this much fog, well, that was going to be real interesting. The ducks weren't flying much, and the geese hadn't even started yet. The few that did pass over us didn't seem to care for our decoy spread, but Mike assured me we were just getting started. As the sun got up and a little brighter, there'd be more and more birds flying, and I thought, I just hope the fog clears off enough that we can see them. And fortunately...
Easy.
That was a little more like it. That small flock had actually worked in, and the guys had actually hit a few of them. And right after picking up their birds, we got reset. There were even more birds coming in. A pretty fair-sized flock just materialized out of the fog. They set their wings and made the big turn into the decoys, and that was a lot more like it. Those birds worked in, set their wings, feet down. That's exactly how you want to see it. And the guys had done a lot better shooting. They'd put quite a few meals on the ground with that pass. Mike was right. Even with the warmth and the fog, the birds were still working, and we could hear more coming over the farm.
Kill him. I saw that one Brandon killed out here. That was a great shot. Thank you. Great shot. Yeah, from you. Yeah. There should be more over here, Caleb.
You got 3?
Like 5 down.
One went down over there.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's in the field.
It was in the field.
Is it? Oh, North Dakota was here.
Did he really?
I think got that one.
Huh?
I never shot.
You, me, and Riley shot those instead.
We only got 2, Caleb?
There were more and more birds flying, and the guy shooting was definitely getting better. I really couldn't tell exactly who was hitting what, but the total number was definitely going up.
Right over your head.
The guys had a single bird dropping in right more or less at me, but they decided to wait. There was a flock coming behind it.
Please tell me you saw it.
Then they kind of.
I had one shot, one drop.
That one was right on your lap.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That single was right in my lap, but I didn't have a gun. And as it turned out, it's a good thing they waited.
Band! We got a band!
That's mine. That's the one I shot.
Finally!
Landon, to your right.
We got some jewelry, boys!
Nice job. Congrats, man.
I thought there was one to his left. One was way out, pile up.
The guys had knocked down a pretty fair handful of birds out of that bunch and collected a band, something I'm told is a real good thing. Either way, the morning was definitely starting to shape up. A couple of more birds and a leg band to boot. Brandon's morning on the hunt was definitely looking good. The guy's shooting percentage, shots fired to birds in the bag, well, let's just say it wasn't great, but that game bag was filling up. And even though it was almost noon, the guy said, you know what, we're not done, not just yet. We'd been laying there in the mud for quite a while when one more bird broke the horizon and
Hey, Brandon, here's your shot. Kill him.
No. Oh my god. He's going down right by the road here.
Pretty much in your lap there, Brandon.
Thanks.
I thought it was going to come over this side.
I wish that you would put it in front of me, though. I guess if I was going to put it on the platter, I would have wanted it in front
A
of me.
little more in front.
Right, because this was a little hard reach.
I actually thought he was going to come down right. I thought he was going to come this way.
Hey, Brandon, I thought you were going to hit it.
We'll give it a look. I mean, last thing you want to do is waste it, not do your part, right? So we put it on his toes, but he said I prefer it to be on my lap. Yeah.
Well, I'm old and my memory's not great, but I know that he did the same thing for Rob last year.
I recall that.
Well, I recall that as well. Last year about this time when we had Rob out, Mike had called the last single bird for Rob to shoot at, and
Rob, this one's all yours. Take him! Kill him, Rob! Kill him, Rob!
yeah, Rob's effort from last year did turn out pretty well. Brandon's effort on the last bird, well, let's just say now we were done.
Well, we lost two shooters and gained 2 dogs, but it was a pretty good morning.
Yep, pretty good morning for what we had.
So what was the final count?
I think we ended up with 16. One band.
Yeah, I saw that. There was 1 goose shot with a band and everybody got it.
It happens, it just happens.
Well, I thank you kindly.
That was a really great hunt, a really great morning, and I remember thinking as I was driving home, come tomorrow, Rob and the guys were really going to have to step it up. We were going to be hunting about an hour farther south down at Grandpa George's place, but we were going to have less guns in the field, so the guys were going to have to do a little sharper shooting, if you know what I mean. This time, with my son-in-law Rob along, we had caught up to the guys, and by first light, we were all set up. The guys had relocated about 50 miles south, and again, we were hoping to see some ducks.
They're coming right over your head.
Wait. Hey, kennel. Kennel. Hey, kennel. Kennel. Here, to the right, to the right, to the right. Oh, they're right behind you. Kill him.
I know what happened. Nobody hit any.
I can honestly say I was behind them.
They get along pretty quick.
They do.
Glad work, guys.
They need to be closer? Is that what the deal is?
They need to be farther away.
Oh, I see.
Well, no bonus ducks, at least not yet, but Mike assured me it wouldn't be long and the geese would be up and flying, so... Of course, all we saw for the next 20 minutes was crows. Fortunately, just after the crows. Unfortunately, just like the crows we'd seen, and these geese were going somewhere else too.
Yeah, like something.
Well, just like yesterday, that first flock of geese really didn't seem to care for our setup. Fortunately, it wasn't long though, and there were more birds in the air.
Kill him. Bailey. Here. The one down here. Oh, yeah. Big girl, heel. 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 Yeah, heel. Good girl, heel. Here, touch bird, Bailey. Here, good girl, heel. Good girl, heel. Here comes some more. Kennel. Kennel.
Riley, flag him.
We'll kill these 3. Hang on. Kill him. Woo!
What the heck?
You guys get any?
Practice shot.
Firing a warning shot seems reasonable.
What happened there? Hey, this group's coming. There's more behind us.
Bailey! Girl, good girl. Here we go. Good girl, good girl. Good girl. Heel, heel. Good girl. Come on. Come on, good girl. Hey, come on. Come here, good girl.
She was bringing that one back and she stopped because there was another one. So there might be one or two more out there.
Well, after all that, the guys finally did go out and pick up their birds. The shooting hadn't been great, but the geese were obviously flying from everywhere. That was definitely a little more like it. A little better shooting, a lot better dog work. The guys were actually starting to put it together. And just as the sun started peeking out, another flock started circling in from the north.
So what happened there?
I didn't have real good shooting.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Rob and Riley had great shooting.
Had them right over their head,
They had them
literally.
right here.
I mean, I was afeared that one of them would fall upon me. Fortunately, that didn't happen. I appreciate you guys' restraint. So that was kind of you.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I said they were starting to put it together.
It is.
It's all you, Rob.
Kill him, Rob. Kill him, Rob.
Rob didn't handle that bird too well, but before I could even give him the gears about it,
Flock of geese over the house coming right at us.
and these geese were not only flying straight at us, they were actually doing some break dancing.
You got two coming back.
Well, they weren't all coming in, as you could see, but even with the sun full up now, there were still birds flying. We certainly weren't done.
Get out, get out, get out.
These two out front.
Two coming back, right to left.
Let him come over top.
Well, after a couple of passes, the guys finally knocked some birds out of this flock, and then I got to enjoy Bailey going out and retrieving. Friends, I don't know if you've ever worked with a dog, but to watch a young dog come into their own like this, well, let's just say if you're dog people, this is a real pleasure.
fair shooting.
That was pretty good shooting.
You guys are doing good.
That was a good time. That's some fun. We should make sure we got your 5 birds each. You know, make sure you count them.
Well, with that bunch, it was time to count heads and make sure we were well within our limit. And after we did that, the young guy started doing a little smack talking. They actually started talking to me a little bit. And that's when I saw Mike do something, well, let's just say a little curious. He loaded his shotgun and then handed it to me and said, "Do you ever shoot geese?" And I said, "Nah, I really don't shoot a shotgun much, not at waterfowl, but..."
So explain to me, Mike, where does the arrow go in this?
There is no arrow.
And how do you, I don't even have a release.
Fortunately, for Mike anyway, before he had time to explain it,
Hit that one. And that one.
What do you think, sir?
So, what's the big deal?
Well, easy as it looks.
Yeah. I shot twice, 2 birds fell. Everybody claims them. This is simple. I could have just not shot. Said, yeah, I got that one. But you know, the one it went kind of far. The second bird, it did go down out there.
Fetch it up.
It's come down out in the field. It's got a band on it.
We're gonna get him. Kill. Good girl. Good girl, Bailey. Here.
and friends, not only was that dog fun to watch, now Bailey was actually making me look good.
I think the goose hunt should be left to the professionals, but I will tell you that that gun of yours that I borrowed, it does shoot. It shoots pretty straight. That second one, it didn't hit so good, but it took 2 shots, got 2 geese, and no cold hands. I'm saying that's
And
a
it
win.
wasn't just Bailey.
You are an amazing retriever.
It's not me, that's her.
How far did you have to go to find my goose? It sounded like you was over there in the woods.
Yeah, I can't take any credit for it, though. It was all Bailey.
Did Bailey find it?
Yep.
Oh, good deal. Goose hunting, who knew? No, I see you took the thing off its leg for me already. Thanks, I appreciate that.
What? I said I didn't shoot a goose gun very often. I didn't say I couldn't.
I think it's been fun.
Pretty good morning, huh?
Yeah,
I think without Brandon here, we managed to collect pretty much a limit.
I think we're pretty close.
Well, we appreciate him bringing them shells along.
I do.
He went to a football game. Did you imagine?
No.
During goose season?
I don't understand. I don't even pretend to understand it.
Wow.
Well, we thank you immensely. I'm going to snap a picture or two, and certainly thanks to George for all the scouting. He was on the money, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, now it was time to pack it in. And after the guys counted up the geese, it turned out that Rob's hunt had netted 2 more than Brandon's had the day before that. And that meant that Rob was the winner, or so I thought. I thought that right up until Brandon found out I had actually harvested 2 of those birds, so he filed a formal complaint. And then an informal complaint. So I did the only thing I could think of to do. I took it to the judge, Mr. Mike the Goose Guy Smith, and after some careful consideration, Mike decided it was a tie. We just have to do it all over again. Friends, we had such a great time, and I truly want to thank again Mike and his whole crew, all the hard work they do, and they host us. We always see a lot of birds. These guys got it going on, and we really appreciate them sharing it with us. And I truly hope that you and yours got out there and had some waterfowl in action of your own. It is so cool to see those birds set their feet and start dropping in, and when you can do it on a great place like Grandpa George's with the trees awash in color, well, let's just say it's a great way to spend a morning in the fall. Hey, I hope we see you out there doing it. I hope you got some feet down birds landing right on your toes. And if we do bump into you, well, you know we're going to stop and share that cup and a fire. And if I don't see you out there, friends, well, then I'll be waiting for you right back here so we can share another adventure from my Wilderness Journal. Friends, for information about anything on the journal, go to wildernessjournal.com. You can even stream previous episodes, just in case you missed one. And to post your picture or join the conversation, don't forget to like us on Facebook. The journal is underwritten by
your Northern Michigan Case and Case IH dealer, the Ina Store, with sales and service for Case construction equipment at their Bridgeport location, and both Case IH Farm and Case construction equipment at their Up North location in beautiful downtown Ina, Michigan. And by Mads Outdoor Products, a full-line Avalon dealer. Mads also features Featherlight trailers, livestock stalls and chutes, as well as boat, dock, and lift packages. Mads Outdoor Products, in the center of it all, Harrison and Cadillac, Michigan. And by
Quality starts at the quarries and the pits. To ensure every project exceeds specifications, Reith Riley is a pre-qualified aggregate producer and operates several full-scale and state-certified aggregate mines. To learn more about Reith Riley,
by J&J Smoked Meats, makers of ready-to-go, high-protein, low-sugar snacks. At home, or the game, anywhere, and everywhere. J&J Smoked Meat Snacks. Captioning provided by Woodland Taxidermy, a full-line taxidermy and rug service in Paris, Michigan.
Thank you again, my friends, for joining me, for becoming part of the Wilderness Journal family. A family that knows the wilderness is wherever and however you find it. And please, let our adventures serve as an encouragement. Step off the end of the asphalt. Head to the fields and forests and waterways. Put your own hands on your own food. Come out and see what free range really means. And be you 8, 18, or 80, man, woman, or child, know that there is opportunity and excitement enough for all, and all can be, for a time at least, wild. This is where we belong. It is our birthright, the legacy of our grandfathers. This is our first home. And friends, rest assured that until we see you again, be it out there somewhere or right back here, we'll keep your place at the fire and the lantern lit.